Anyways, okay, so here I've got some ground beef. For meatballs, you can use any kind of meat you really want. I just got beef, and I probably have about a pound and a half, maybe a little more. So I'm gonna put an egg in there. What I love about meatballs is literally you can put whatever flavors that you like. Tonight though, one of my staples for a meatball or for a for like a hamburger patty, this is kind of similar things that I do in here. I like a lot of flavor in ground beef because I find it can get boring, but on the other hand, you can get really creative with spices. So one of the things that I use for meatball is an egg, and then some people like to do like breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs or whatever. You can do that. However, I find that the 3 onion, you see that? 3 onion, this is like a staple in my house. Instead of chopping up onion, literally 2 tablespoons of this is the equivalent of a medium-sized onion, which is amazing. So I'm gonna take my handy dandy 4-in-1 spoon. You've got their tablespoon, teaspoon, and you flip it over and you've got a 1/2 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon right in there. So 1 spoon for all 4 measurements. It's amazing. And I'm gonna put a couple of tablespoons in here. And this is such a nice, fine onion. Oh, and if you love onion, it's really a fantastic flavor. And if you're like my kids who don't love onion, they don't like the chunks of onion, I can hide that beautiful onion flavor without them complaining, which is always a win if you have kids like mine. So this is a nice binder. So instead of the breadcrumbs, I will do that. And it's nice because then I'm not, if I have people who are gluten-free, things like that, then I'm not messing with the recipe, you know what I'm saying? So in terms of the flavor, because I'm doing an Italian wedding soup tomorrow, which I'm pumped about, I was trying to think of the flavors that would work with that. I'm gonna actually add some herb and garlic. Now, herb and garlic is also a staple. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of that in. Actually, I'm gonna add 2 because I love this one. This is like, anytime you need a hit of garlic, this is the one, okay? This is amazing. You can add this to a little bit of butter, and then you've got an instant garlic butter for garlic bread and like gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches. Amazing. This is fantastic. And then because we're going Italian meatball, well, we're gonna go next door. We're gonna go Greek because that was the closest, because we don't have Italian anymore, but we have Greek. And so some nice oregano flavors in there. This is actually a salad dressing, but I wanted to show you how versatile our seasonings are. And there we go. And show you that you can really use them for all kinds of things. So you can do the salad dressing recipes right on the jar, so you can have a fresh salad dressing, and you can make just as much as your family needs. You can make it enough for the week or just for one meal, and that's a beautiful thing, right? So nothing's going to waste. You always have fresh salad dressing, which is amazing. And then you just mix it. Okay, now you can add salt to this. There is a little bit of salt in the herb and garlic, but what I love about Epicure is that things are so clean. Like, they don't add garbage in the product. You're not gonna find like chemicals in here. We have something called the never ever list, and you're not gonna find any of the garbage that a lot of the time when you're going in the grocery store and you're getting packaged foods or even seasonings, they're filled with like lots of sodium, lots of MSG, hydrogenated fats, and all those things that our bodies can't digest. So then what happens to them? They get stored in our fat cells, right on our hips. Woo, yeah. So no, we don't want that, right? So, you know, that's what I love about Epicure. It's just clean. It's real herbs and spices without all the extras, right? So we are super conscious about sodium. So some of our products do have salt in them, but very minimal. Super conscious about sugar. So most of our products, seasoning wise, do not have sugar unless it's the dessert, right? Like then we use like organic cane sugar or something like that, which sugar is sugar. So it still does the same thing to your blood sugar. It's all about portion at that point. Anyway, so those are the things that I'm gonna mix in, and I'm actually gonna have my daughter mix it so I don't get my hands mucky as we keep going. And then I'm going to show you in the steamer what we're going to do to them. So she's going to do that, and we are just working with this. She's going to mix it all together, and we're working with the steamer. So right now I have nothing in my steamer, but I want to show you the tray. So the steamer comes with the tray. This is amazing. Like somebody said, chicken and rice, beautiful idea. This cooks rice perfectly every time. So I would put rice on the bottom. I would put my tray on top. I would put my chicken on the tray. Mostly though, I use this for bacon. I legit will put bacon right on here just like that. Put the lid on, 6 minutes in my microwave. I've got beautiful crispy bacon. So if I'm doing like just like a BLT sandwich or something where I just need a few pieces of bacon, that's how I cook it, or just to sprinkle on a salad or something. I love it. The other thing too is you could put all your meatballs in here and then put, you know, half your meatballs on the bottom, half on top. I'm just gonna put them all in one. It's gonna be perfect. So my daughter's gonna do that, and I will show you as we're doing this live that it's gonna go in the microwave for about 3 minutes. Isn't that insane? So while that's happening, though, I'm gonna move this aside. And in my Italian soup, speaking of the steamer, as we're on the steamer, I just made this ahead of time just for timing purpose. But in the steamer, somebody said rice, truly, you could make rice in here. I do about 11 minutes. So it's a cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and I do 10 to 11 minutes, and it's perfect rice every time. I'm always cooking noodles in here because my kids love noodles. And you know, I don't know, it's not that it's hard to boil noodles on the stove, but it's just less time. Literally 10 minutes, my noodles and my water in here, in my microwave, 10 minutes, I've got noodles right away. So I don't have to wait till the water boils. It just saves me time. And I like saving time because I'm always like, I am that person at 4:30 thinking, oh no, I didn't take anything out for dinner and my kids are hungry and I have to get dinner on the table. So I love that I can create these delicious, healthy meals in 20 minutes or less. So I'm gonna show you what I made here. So tomorrow I'm making the Italian wedding soup, and I don't know if you can see, but I actually, instead of the little tiny round balls that you see in the Italian soup, I found these, they're stars. And they're super cute. So these were so tiny. I did them for like 5 minutes in my microwave and they were already ready. So look at that. Isn't that amazing? So that's gonna go in my soup tomorrow. I'm gonna just pop that in my fridge for tomorrow. Super excited about that. So as that's going, and while we're talking about soup, this is my favorite time of year. And if you saw the catalog with the lasagna soup, I'm excited about that one. I haven't made it yet, so I'm really pumped to try it. But the chicken broth, which is now called Nourish broth, by the way, is amazing. Okay. And I am the type of person that boils my bones for my chicken or my turkeys, and I make my own bone broth. However, I love adding the chicken broth to it because of how flavorful it is. It is filled with nutritional yeast and all kinds of really great flavors in there. Nutritional yeast is an amazing source of vitamin B12. So for us ladies, we need that extra source of vitamin B12. So love this product so much. So whether I'm making a bone broth and adding it to the finished product, I will add this, or if I am making rice or quinoa, instead of water, I'll add broth. So you're just getting that extra layer of flavor, which is amazing. So love, love, love this. And okay, let's compare price, okay? Because some people are like, look at the catalog and they think, oh, it seems a little pricey, but listen. If you were to go into the grocery store and buy a can of chicken broth, you know, the kind, the can, and let's say, just for my math's sake, you got them on sale for $1, okay? You would still have to buy $52 worth of canned soup that you got on sale for $1 for what's in here for $11.50. Guys, that's amazing. That's huge, okay? So, and you're getting all the good stuff. Now, one thing that has been the biggest complaint on most of our products is that it does not salty enough. And that's okay because you have control over your salt shaker, which is amazing, right? You don't want to buy salt. Salt is cheap to buy. You can buy your own salt. That's okay. And you can add your own salt to your taste. But a lot of people can't have salt, especially if they're dealing with heart problems or any kind of dietary issues that they can't have salt. So now you can add your own salt and be in control of how much you're adding instead of buying something that's filled with all the things your body can't digest or the things that you shouldn't have, and you're paying for the wrong things, right? So that's what I love about Epicure. So that is the chicken broth, which I'll be using tomorrow. I'll probably take a picture of my amazing soup tomorrow. All right, so while my daughter is still making the meatballs, and actually, you know what? She's perfectly made these, and just for the sake of time, I'm gonna show you. We'll just put these in the microwave, so just to show you, and we'll make the rest later. But anyways, it will be, they're pretty tiny, and usually a wedding soup is a pretty tiny meatball. They're so perfect, Brielle. Oh my goodness, my daughter is 13 and she loves being in the kitchen with me, so this is sweet. But typically I would fill this thing, and in 3 minutes, I'm actually not gonna do I'm gonna do 2 minutes, because honestly, they're so tiny. We'll check them at 2 minutes. The thing is, do them less time, and then you can, you know, you can add time to it, but you can't take away time. You don't want a rubbery meatball. And I'm telling you, if you overcook it, it will be rubbery, but if you don't, it's gonna be so juicy and so delicious. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the microwave right now. And 2 minutes in there, and we will see how they turn out. Okay, so while that's in there though, let's make dessert, because we gotta have dessert. So I have decided, well, my kids actually decided, we are doing the chocolatey cupcakes. This is probably one of my faves for the dessert blends. It is absolutely delightful. Everything in Epicure is a gluten-free. So if you are celiac or have any gluten issues, this is perfect. If you know somebody, you gotta tell them about Epicure, because there is not very many gluten-free baking that actually tastes good. Let me tell you, if I could all go to your houses tonight and share this with you, I would, because it is that spectacular. So we are gonna make these tonight, and it's really a simple recipe. I'm gonna take my muffin tin, it's silicone. This will go into your oven up to 425 degrees. Same with your steamers, you can put those in the oven. So if you're not a microwave user, totally fine. Throw it in your oven. It's good for your freezer, great for like making like Rice Krispie squares in 2.5 minutes. Amazing. So great little snacks like that. But anyway, love this thing. We are gonna make these cupcakes in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Guys, that's amazing. So take my basting brush and just giving it a quick, you don't need to do this step. I do like it, it just makes it just a little bit easier when they pop out. One thing you do not wanna do on these is use a spray. Don't use a Pam or something like that. It will void the warranty on them, and it gets like a funny stick to it that you don't want, okay? So, started with that. Now we are going to add, mind getting me the quarter cup? We're gonna add our mix, which is a very small ingredient list in there. We are gonna add a 1/3 cup of oil, and that's any oil. I happen to have some grapeseed oil here, so that's what I'm using. And then a cup of milk, okay? So I have, we have some milk allergies in our house, so this is just almond milk. You can use whatever milk you have, okay? I've even used water. It's really that simple. And then we're just going to stir. No egg needed, so this is also a vegan option. This is totally a vegan option tonight because we're doing the almond milk. And that's it. This is going to be delicious. Now, I do like to add a little chocolatey extra flavor goodness. So I'm gonna sneak in some chocolate chips, because why not? How many chocolate lovers in the house? I love the chocolate, so I put like a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips in there. And that's it. Oh my goodness. Now you can make chocolate cake with this. I have done loaves. You could do chocolate loaf. You can do whatever. Can I give you that? All right. So that's it. Give it a stir. And then what I find super helpful is I take a little 1/4 cup and I just do a 1/4 cup in each muffin. This will make 12 cupcakes. So, but a 1/4 cup is plenty because they will rise. So you don't want to overfill it, otherwise you'll have a bit of a mess on your hand, of course. Oh my goodness, I wish you could smell this. This is so good, so good. All right. Do you see how quickly this can come together? And I love this because honestly, if I have company coming, which is very rare these days, however, or if I just feel like something sweet, I can literally whip this up in no time and have a really quick, delicious dessert that's way less calories. Let me just tell you how many calories are in a cupcake. It is 120 calorie per cupcake, which is amazing, right? That's like pretty, and like they're so delicious. It's awesome. So it still has sugar in it, yes, but it's a great treat. So I'm gonna pop these in the microwave. We'll get our meatballs out. Okay, so that's 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's my microwave. Your microwave might be a little bit different. Some will be less, some will be a little bit more. It just depends, okay? So let me show you these meatballs. See, oh yeah, I wouldn't have done them. I would have totally made them terrible if they were, if I had done the 3 minutes in there. So I just want you to see. I'm gonna actually open one so you can see it. Can you hold that? Okay, they're so tiny, they're super cute, but I want to show you the inside. I want to show you that they're totally cooked. Okay, it's amazing. I'm just gonna try one. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're so delicious. My daughter's gonna eat the rest. That's gonna be phenomenal in a soup. Now, I love that. I'm gonna eat first. I love it because I can do a really quick meatball like that and throw it in a soup for legitimately, I can have a homemade soup ready in 20 minutes or less because of those meatballs. And well, if I'm adding chicken, if I'm adding anything, I can steam my veggies really quick in there. And it just makes it so easy. So I'm gonna add my rice. I've got my chicken, my bone broth that I already have. And if I didn't have bone broth, I would legitimately just put water with my chicken broth, and then season it with things like herb and garlic or whatever I'm doing. So that's that. Now, I am going to serve, if I was doing this as a dinner, I would do my meatballs and I would make some kind of sauce. I don't know, what kind of sauce do you like on your meatballs? My husband likes gravy, so we have a beautiful gravy that's legit done in like 2 minutes, a little cold water, and you heat it up and you stir it and you can pour that on top. That would be amazing. I love like a red pepper jelly meatball. That would be amazing too. So you can get super creative, but I always have a side salad or cut up veggies at almost every meal because you gotta have your veggies, right? They say you should have half of your plate should be your veggies. I'm sure you're all doing that. My husband, he hates chewing, so it's really hard. Like, he doesn't like salad. So I gotta kind of mix it up. So tomorrow we're gonna do like a soup and a veggie tray with a really nice dressing. Now, I'm gonna teach you this dressing. Salad dressings are one of those things that can be super dirty in the store. You got things like polypropylene in salad dressing. Does anybody know what polypropylene is? Go Google it for a second. It's actually a food safe antifreeze. So they put that in there so that oil and vinegar doesn't separate. And anyways, it's a food grade antifreeze, which is nuts. So things like that you really want to be careful with. And when you're looking at salad dressings, man, salad dressing is so simple to make. So I'm going to show you a creamy salad dressing because I know a lot of people like ranch. So we're going to do a take on a ranch dressing. Now, recipes are right on the jar, guys. It's amazing how easy it is to follow this. And once you start making fresh salad dressing, it's going to totally blow your mind, okay? So, I've got a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of sour cream. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna make a veggie tray, and this is my dip for that. Now, if you are making a salad dressing, you can just put a little milk in there and whip it up, and just to make it a little more, what's the word? Like thinner, so you can drizzle it on. You could totally do that. I love a thick salad dressing personally, but tomorrow we're doing veggies and dip. So perfect. I've got half mayonnaise, half sour cream. You can use just mayonnaise. You can use just sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt if you want that extra protein and added nutrients. You can totally do that. I'm gonna take our creamy ranch dip. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of that. And this is my favorite piece to put on that. And this is my middle daughter is always experimenting, and she's the one who taught me this. The SPG in this one is fantastic. And typically I have, I'm gonna put just 1/4 teaspoon in there, because you don't need a lot. Salt, pepper, garlic SPG stands for salt, pepper, garlic. So it is just the perfect combination. Honestly, I've tried making it myself. Who doesn't have salt, pepper, garlic at home? I can't get this perfect combination. It's absolutely phenomenal. So that's what we do. A little bit of that. And then typically I would put cheese, chive, and bacon, the CCB, which I am out of, crisis at home, but that's okay. I actually am gonna do it with the Better Than Bacon. So Better Than Bacon is a vegan bacon made with pinto beans. Guys, it's amazing. It's so delicious. This is one that I love to use on like, to top on a Caesar salad when you don't have the extra bacon. I mean, let's be real, bacon is bacon and is amazing, you know, but if I don't have that, or I don't want to take the extra time to cook up some bacon, this is so good. Oh, and they're these little beautiful crispy bites. They're absolutely delightful. And that's it. That is what's going to make us a phenomenal salad dressing or dip as we're using tomorrow. So if I was making a salad dressing, I would probably add just a little bit of liquid to that. And that's it. That's what we're gonna do. So that's it. I have a meal for you. Now I would usually serve this with rice. When I'm doing meatballs, I usually do it with rice or a noodle. And then do a beautiful salad, and that's my dinner. I literally can have that on the table in 20 minutes if I'm not talking so much. So that's it, guys. Oh wait, no, I've got to show you these cupcakes. Hang on. All right, so 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. These are amazing. Okay, so all you need to do is flip them on your plate. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? It's like, oh, it's so amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a few seconds because they are really hot right now, but they're so good. And I want you to see how gooey and delicious they are in the center. Totally perfectly cooked. They never get, you know, on the package it has all that beautiful icing. They never get iced because they are gone before I can ice them. They're so delicious and they're so good, especially like any baking is fantastic right out of the oven, right? So those are them. I'm going to show you a few things in a second. But that's it. That is my meal. Tomorrow I'll take a picture of my soup, my final soup that I make. I'm gonna add some spinach to that soup, like a real Italian wedding soup, and I'm super pumped about that. So that is the cooking show.